What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed—
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he never takes someone's life. Never!
Nick.
Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles.
Swooning? Oh, yes. I do remember feeling faint.
Right on! Tell the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick?
Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two.
I think you can do better than that. Come on! I saved Edgeworth in there, dude! Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me! Yeah! Bow before your hero!
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
Oh, but seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm going to believe in you two until the end.
Us two?
Edgeworth and— who else? You mean me, right?
Ah! He means me! Right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick?
Enough with the silent treatment! Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Was that when you two were classmates?
Yes. In grade school, they saved me. Miles and Larry, they saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know.
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about?
Huh? Sorry. I kind of forgot.
Okay, Nick, out with it! I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final!
Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on trial. A class trial.
A class trial?
You remember, Larry? Spring, 4th grade? A kid in my class got his lunch money stolen. Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it, I do remember that.
I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day, and I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it?
Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. So the next day, we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant.
He did it. He's the one. I didn't do it. Guilty.
He did it. It was you.
Thief. Guilty. Give me my money back. You're such a meanie. No one plays with it. Just admit you did it.
We're not gonna play with you anymore.
Yeah, and no borrowing my eraser. Tell us the truth.
It was you. He shouldn't be allowed in the relay race.
Give me back the 50 cents I loaned you. Hey, did you rob that bank the other day?
Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. That's not right.
In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it.
Apologize to the class, Phoenix.
I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. And I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went over to where the boy was sitting. And that's when it happened.
Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs.
Miles.
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
But Miles, it was your money that was stolen.
Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need to make him say sorry.
Why don't y'all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over.
That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were always friends.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So, I took it kind of personally, see?
When something smells, it's usually the Butz. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember. His eyes would shine when he talked about his father.
I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad, a famous defense attorney.
Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident.
Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts." The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all.
That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to know why he had become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean that's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me. And I believe in him. He's in pain and no one is on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him.
Whoa! Nick! So that's why you helped me out for free?
I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free.
Oh, Nick! Nick!
Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. It very well may be.
First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is.
Okay then. Let's go!
Nobody's home.
Hello?
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello?
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for himself.
Hello?
Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. Guess he hasn't been back here since the trial.
Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them?
Yeah, I guess so. You mean picture of the fish they caught, right?
Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you?
Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away!
Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him!
Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here?
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228.
Let's open it, Nick! Come on!
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Aw, but hey! He keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
I guess there might be a clue or two. Huh? The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Aw, boring.
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. What?
Nick! Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, and even firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know. But it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue!
I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him.
He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial.
So what do we do now?
It's obvious that this was all one big setup. We should let Edgeworth know. Come on! You look grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 4th grade?
Lunch money? Oh, right, yes. I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably only mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous.
Gee, thanks.
That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even.
Well, maybe, yeah. But I think you changed too much, Edgeworth.
Perhaps.
Hey, Edgeworth. Why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right?
I couldn't let myself deny reality like you.
What do you mean?
My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi, and he had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook.
That would be Robert Hammond.
On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder.
Lost your memory?
Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Hammond's argument in court. He claimed that Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys.
And you decided to become a prosecutor. What's your relationship with von Karma?
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So, he's like my sister was to you, Nick?
He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever.
But That's...
I know, it's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it's impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away.
Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
He's right. Now's no time to be praising the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit.
No kidding.
Nick, maybe we should show him the letter?
Letter?
Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge on me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get your revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men. Meaning myself and Robert Hammond?
It also says this is your last chance.
He's got to be talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident.
Wait, that old man. Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Do you know anything about him that could help us prove whether or not he is?
Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago.
The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long. It felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. I said quiet! You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out! Help! Get us out!
Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen.
That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent.
But this letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
You mean the nightmare?
I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing. In the dark.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. I said quiet! You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out! Help! Get us out!
Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen.
I can't breathe. You're using up my air!
What?
Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you!
What? What are you?
Stop breathing my air!
Father. He's attacking Father.
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol.
Get away! Get away from my father!
And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years.
But that's just a dream, right? Right?
That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait. Edgeworth? You mean that you think...
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father.
This is bad.
What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do without knowing even more about the DL6 incident. And there's no one else who can fill us in on that old case.
There is, Nick. There's someone else who knows about DL6.
Mr. Grossberg!
Hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened,
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father?
It's only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder. If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled,
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagined. Mr. Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
No! I don't believe it!
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent. So why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially, he was ruined. You'll understand soon enough.
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost, and died in despair, as it were. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yet, Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. It's possible that he falsified his testimony to protect his son. It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Wait!
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
Well, it probably wasn't Yogi or Hammond. Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure. was just spitballing, really.
Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting. I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
I couldn't tell you that, but there's no doubt about it. This is Von Karma's handwriting. Yogi was following Von Karma's instructions when he killed Hammond. Now there's only 2 questions left. Why did Von Karma write this? And why now? If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth accidentally killed his own father. I suspect he'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no!
But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court. And while Von Karma did win, he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial.
Objection!
But Edgeworth accused Von Karma of presenting falsified evidence. And even though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood.
Falsified evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or, to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe.
You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a bit.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation?
What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6?
I won't let him!
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone.
But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him, beyond the grave.
I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
If you say so, Mr. Wright. I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. The police materials. That gives me an idea.
There's hardly anyone here.
Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi.
Oh, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again?
Well, now I can't just have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess since Mr. Von Karma's in there, you can go in, as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
Yes, he just arrived, actually.
Von Karma's in the records room!
Nick, let's hurry! Dusty as always.
We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had any time to clean anything.
What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. I was just noticing that Von Karma isn't here.
Look, one of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says Unsolved Cases Evidence. Nick! The file for DL6! It's completely empty!
What?
What are you doing in here?
Nick! Von Karma!
You. How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team. I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
Mr. Edgeworth was your student, right?
A romanticist who could never shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second-rate.
Mr. von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. What I don't get is why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival?
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Perhaps you should be more worried about what I'm going to tell the court tomorrow, Mr. Von Karma. Have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter.
Yes, my dear attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What?
Nick? What is that thing?
A stun gun. For self-defense. Usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000 volts?!
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter.
No!
No!
What are you doing?
Nick, run! Ah!
Maya!
Out of my way!
He got us. The letters. Gone. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya! Is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Oh, Maya.
The letter. Did he take it?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm not good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first, or she might... Huh? She's holding something. What is this? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. Von Karma must have been holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow.